Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to What If I Could, Scroll Style Portrait Design and Woodworks. What are y'all up to? It's Saturday evening. Who do we got on the chat out there? Herb's in the chat. Chris is in the chat. Chris K. Lacey, welcome in. Larry, Mary, Jeanette, welcome. Kevin, Jassy, Mr. Rusmadows. How's it going, everybody? What are y'all up to? What are y'all doing on this fine Saturday? Dave! Dave's here too. Welcome back. Great to be back again. Oh yeah, well, Herb. Oh yeah, you left when Herb when Dave came in last week, weren't you,
Yeah.
Mister Herb Hooper? Mister Herb Hooper. Who's in the background? Miss Jessica, Jojo, Annie. No, Herb's here. Herb. Oh,
Yeah.
Annie's here. Oh, wait. Yeah, Annie's here. Annie's here too.
I'm hiding.
It's a wood show, Jesse. Did you do anything this week, Jesse? Come on up.
I'm here for moral support.
Come on, Jess. See, because Jesse, you started on the show. You started up on the wood show. Because you come in, like I said, you got to come in, and we can razz the crap out of Robin until she shows up in the chat. Then we can get her up on here. Then we can do it to her face, right? You know you want to. You know you wanna. You know you wanna.
Come on. Come
Come on,
on.
Jesse. Come on. I did. Not on the wood show, you haven't. No, John. No. Yeah, come on. See, I've been trying to get you up here for like at least over a year, at least. Probably a lot longer than that. But if you didn't know, one day I swear I'll come up. Yeah, you said that before you freaking. You said that before you had another baby. Look how that turned out.
What?
Yeah, I know. I know, right? That was back when she only had two. Now she got three.
But she says she still loves turtles.
Hey, everybody! If you haven't gotten a notification yet, I have started up another what if I could a Facebook page. I'm starting to upload photos from my other page that everybody's still on. I don't know why you guys are still on it. 'Cause nothing's been posted on it since last June. So you got to get over there and report and say, hey, when you had three, now you got four. So I don't know. You just keep popping them out. I don't know how many you got now. Get a whole horde of goblins, horde of cross goblins coming out of you. Mmm. I love turtles. Turtles, rah rah rah.
Hello,
Mr.
Chris.
Nealon, how's it going, buddy? It's good to see you survived your other show where you were a guest star host. You want to come over here and we'll treat you like crap? We can do that. We're not going to give you here.
Hey, Hojo.
Okay.
Here, you know what? I'll even send you a link. Hold on a second. There, I'll send you a link if you want to come up.
Hello, Joe.
We're not going to make you feel special. Me and Herb won't make you feel special. We know you. We're not going to make you feel special at all. Hey Joe. Hey Connie. How's it going? What are you guys up to?
Not
Uh,
making anything.
Hi, Connie.
I am making something with fiber. This is a wood
Something
show.
with fiber.
This is a wood show.
Well, that narrows it down. That narrows it
Making
down.
some
You're
shredded wheat.
crocheting.
Are you building
See,
something
you're
with toothpicks?
crocheting.
What?
Are you building something cool with toothpicks?
Well, it's kind of got a hook on the end.
Oh,
I am crafting an object from wood pieces.
Awesome.
I am doing nothing.
Cool.
Wood pieces.
Chris says no link.
I just sent it to you. I just sent it to you.
It's a wooden puzzle, so yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's there right now. You got it now.
John, these wooden puzzles,
Lacey,
these 200-piece wooden
yeah,
puzzle. Yours is 200 pieces too, wasn't it?
Hello, Jennifer.
Hi, everybody.
I don't know. It just says level 5
Oh,
A4. It doesn't say how many pieces are in it. Doesn't say how many
it's on the
pieces are in it.
edge. Oh, okay. Mine says it on the side. Yeah, them pieces are tiny. So
I
use
know.
your magnifying glass. I was sitting there going like, I need a magnifying
Actually, what?
glass like John has. It would make this so much easier. So now I'm gonna have to go find me
Let me
one.
take a look. No, they're not that bad.
Oh, mine are
They're average size.
no, those
No,
are
there's
smaller.
probably only
Let
only
me
about 120 pieces in here. It's not that bad.
hold it up. No, 200 piece. I bet you $1 a 200 piece.
Okay.
Because that's
Okay. Well,
about
I'll
how
be
much
sure and count them when I
mine
put them
is.
together.
No, I was sitting there looking. I was like, 200 pieces, and then I opened it, and I'm like, crap, that's little. But yeah, that's kept me busy most of the day.
It's in like 12 different languages here.
And then I got aggravated with it, so I decided to crochet for a while. But I shall
Yeah,
prevail.
doesn't even say how many pieces. Doesn't even say how many pieces it is.
Chris said, where did you send the link to?
Chris Nealon on Facebook Messenger.
I
Yeah,
love
forget
working.
though.
I love working with wood.
I've got it. Does yours smell like wood, John? Because I was sitting there. I know that sounds weird. I was sniffing the pieces, and it actually smells like wood.
It does smell like wood. It smells like burnt wood. Look,
Yeah.
I got a horse and a wolf, and a cat, a crown.
The
There's a lot of
flame,
different shapes in here.
phoenix, several different kinds of birds.
It almost looks like a moose.
Dolphins.
It's a horse, but it's a horse. But a moose
It
is
fits into the puzzle. Yeah. It doesn't make it any easier. Take my word for it.
I was expecting this though.
Well,
If
just
it
use
was
that.
this, that would have
You
been
have to make you a
freaking
pattern
cool.
for it. Take a picture of it, let her make the pattern, and cut it out.
No, I can make my pattern from that. I can make my
Or
pattern from
make
that.
your
But
pattern.
that's what I was expecting though. I was expecting a layered like it's more paper tolling than just so, but I was expecting that.
Uh,
All right, what do we got going on here? I had 3 turtles. I had Eastern box, three Eastern, an Eastern 3-toed sub, and a rare red-eared slider. I had a red-eared slider and a North American. It was all painted, but it wasn't painted turtle.
stop whining.
But I got a red-eared. I got a cherry head tortoise and a gopher tortoise right now.
Awesome,
Hey,
Jeanette.
Jen. It says, Chris, it says you just looked at it. I know you looked at it, so. I made purchase for my backyard birds with wooden popsicle sticks. Well, yeah, those eat those apart. Wish I had
Yeah,
woodworking
man.
tools. Love the smell of wood. I worked at Zenith Electronics back in the 70s and 80s. Zenith Electronics. Herb, do you remember Zenith Electronics?
I do.
Yes,
Bet
I
you
do.
Chris remembers Zenith. Bet you
I
Chris
do.
remembers Zenith Electronics.
I do. I remember it too.
I do,
In
Chris.
fact, my
Chris
dad
probably remembers.
worked
Chris
on
probably remembers
Zenith.
Phil. Chris remembers. Chris remembers Philco.
Philco, made by Ford. So I had to go to my phone,
How's it
get your
going?
link, copy, paste it, and send it back to me on Messenger because it wouldn't show up on my computer, but I had it on my phone.
Oh,
See,
that's
that's the
weird.
same thing that did the other day to me.
Yeah.
Go up
Oh,
on phone.
when it wouldn't open, then I resend it to you. Same
No,
thing.
I
He used to do that to Joe.
got the link on
He used to do
here.
the same thing to Joe too.
Okay.
Yeah.
He used to do. Yeah, he used to do the same thing to Joe too. I don't know what it was.
It's
So
probably because
how'd you end up fixing it, Joe? Because
Didn't do anything. I thought you were
I
sending
sent.
it from your phone or something.
It
well,
shouldn't make a
I
difference
think
whether I send it from my phone or from the computer.
I
I don't
think
know.
the reason
I don't know. It just started working, so I don't know. I didn't do anything. And so far on the new phone, it seems
Maybe
to
it
be
needs an
working
update.
okay.
task.
So how'd your show go?
Oh, wonderful! I have a new agent. I'll be in Hollywood next month.
Woohoo!
Who's your
Really?
agent,
Are you gonna be
Al?
on
Yeah, Al's the agent. Yeah,
which square do you get?
I
Do
get.
you
I
get the
didn't get
center
center
square?
square. No, bottom
Oh,
left.
you don't get center square. Oh, okay. Well, we'll leave you over here then. Oh, bottom
Actually, I don't
left.
know what square.
Okay,
I don't know what square I was in. Probably the
Well,
bottom.
he was center
bottom left.
square for a bit.
Was he?
I was going to ask him where Charles was. Oh, John's frozen.
You should have. You should have. You should have asked him that.
Could have been
You
the end
should
of
have
the
asked him
show.
that.
So, isn't Charles in the show?
He would have kicked you. He would have kicked you right off right at the beginning if you had asked him.
I
Right
know.
there,
It would have been
so.
glorious. I
Oh,
actually.
that's great having you here, Chris. Bye. Click.
Yep. A bad connection. We lost you. No.
Oh my god.
I like Alice.
Yeah, Al hasn't been on here in a while either. He's too busy with his own show.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot of electronic stuff.
Seen Bill was there. Ain't seen him in a long time.
It was fun. I have a standing invite to come back, but I don't think I'll be a regular.
Hey, JJ.
Did you notice?
No,
Oh, Jim.
I've Did you clean your shop?
No,
Clean your
well,
scroll
some of
saw?
it. I cleaned off the Seiko.
Oh, by the way,
Is your wife using it yet?
Not yet.
Hey,
She went,
JJ.
Not
she's
yet.
been busy.
By the way,
And then she went to Hawaii for 12 days.
Chris, there's some logs.
While
you
she was
delivered
gone,
to your
one of
house.
my dogs got what I think is terminal.
Hello, Jessica.
Oh,
Did you
Stop
hear me,
eating.
Jeanette
Chris?
says she made 20 hats today. Wow,
Awesome.
Jeanette, way to go. Hey, JJ.
Barely do
Hey,
one a
Jessica, how's
day.
it going?
I'm on my third hat today.
Hello, Izzy.
Hello, Izzy.
Hey, Izzy.
Is it Lizzie or Izzy?
Izzy. IZZY.
Izzy, like it's
That's
like
what I thought. I keep hearing
like
everybody
Isabel?
else say Lizzie. But Chris, to let you know, there is a load of lumber being delivered to your address.
Okay, what you got coming?
A bunch of logs you can put back here with the rest of them.
Okay, so I'm gonna come live with you.
Oh, you have to sleep in the other recliner.
I'll have to
Too funny.
endure the Texas heat. I know why the link wasn't coming from John to me because he's in Canada and we're in the United States and we have a tariff on those links now.
Oh my God, that's so bad.
What an asshole.
Yeah.
Jesse
I-
says you
I'm-
Oh,
got
it's on with tariffs.
I'm hoping the majority of the Canadians know that we all think
Talking
he's an asshole.
Yes, ma'am. Can I help you?
You don't have to know I'm an asshole. It's just a given.
Yeah. Flaming one. Actually, two of them. I got to bite my tongue when I see my son. My son has a Tesla.
Oh, I seen a meme. I seen a meme the other day. It was, don't you hate when you get stuck behind a garbage truck, and it was a car hauler hauling like 6 cyber trucks.
I hear now that the roofs are falling off some of them.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Well, they're spontaneously combusting too. Like the batteries are just heating up and blowing up now.
I'm hoping that the sedans aren't, because my son drives from Vermont to Pennsylvania with it every month.
A Cybertruck or a Tesla?
No, he has the small
Teslas
one.
are actually
Huh?
Teslas are actually pretty reliable though, because
Probably.
they've come quite a long way. They've come quite a long way. But I don't the Cybertrucks. I don't know. I don't know what people find so fascinating about them.
They didn't think that one through.
No, they didn't.
He actually likes this one. It's about as big as a Toyota Corolla.
You know,
Yep.
they can't come up with good ideas. I remember playing with a Matchbox car that looked like that.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Can I help you? Goodness.
Well,
You
my
need a
dinner is
Benadryl or Zyrtec? That's not nice.
got to go check my dog. One of my dogs is. He spent $1,200 on him so far this month.
Holy moly.
Wow.
He went from a week ago, Friday, to running and playing to Saturday. A week ago, Saturday, he just laid there and wanted to die.
Yeah. So we had a dog like that too, and then we took him to the vet, and then he freaking like we got inside the vet in the waiting area of the vet. Dog perked right up, like
Yeah,
there was nothing wrong with it. Like it was like lethargic and didn't want to move, didn't want to chase, didn't want to eat nothing,
Yeah.
didn't want to drink. Took him to the vet, and it's like, oh, where are we? Whoa, just like a puppy. The thing was
Yeah.
like 13 years old.
Well, ours is 13, or will be in a couple months. But they did an X-ray and they found masses inside his chest. So he's actually getting a lot of his strength back, but it's not going to be long term.
Yeah, ours was having seizures.
Yeah, he had a couple of seizures.
Sorry to hear that, Chris. I know how hard that is.
Awesome. And I've been through it before, and friends of mine have been through. We all agree it's harder than losing your parents.
Mm-hmm.
It
It
really
doesn't
is.
make any sense.
I will completely agree with that. Yeah.
When mom's 90 years old and not doing well, she's had her time. But
Take her to the vet. Maybe
she's
she'll
gone.
perk right up.
No, she's already gone.
Make me feel like an ass.
No, he went back he had the one visit. The first visit was $800, and then he had 3 IVs on the next few days to give him fluids and antibiotics. And son of a bitch, he's walking and eating again. He's not happy though. He's not the same dog.
Yep. Love
No.
on him lots.
And he'll go outside, do his business, and kind of look like, what do I do next?
Yeah.
I guess I'll go inside and look at the wall. So,
Charlotte, get in here like that.
as long as he's not in pain.
Yeah.
which I think he is, but
Well,
they can't tell you. They can't tell you.
well, they will have ways, and
Yeah.
don't let it go too long once the pain sets in.
Oh no, we've been through this before.
A couple of years ago when we lost ours, we knew we were going to lose him, and that's when that tree fell. We had no power. My car was blocked in. I couldn't get out to take him to the vet. My neighbor was out of town, so I couldn't call them to ask them if they would take us. And by the time the electric company got here to cut because my husband was cutting the tree out of the driveway.
Yeah.
By the time they got it down, it was, I told him, I said, we just basically took him in and they gave him a shot.
Yeah.
But he laid there for like 2 hours crying. And my husband couldn't get it. He's my husband's dog.
No, that's
Every time
hard to
he'd
listen
go
to that.
outside, he'd start screaming.
Yeah.
And I was like, come back and sit with him. The minute he'd sit down and pull him into his lap, I said, he wants you to be with him. I said, just anything else.
They're very aware.
Yeah.
Mr.
Hello,
Lindsay.
Mark Lindsay.
Well, on that note, I'm
Mr.
gonna
Lindsay, do you got time to? You're gonna what? Log off?
I'm gonna log off and go take them out. 9:30. This is when they have to go out and do their business.
Well, come back.
Okay, Chris.
You have a good night.
Take
people.
care.
All right, man.
All right.
Well, you can come
Catch you
back
later.
in if you want. You're here.
All
Get the link. All
Very
right, man.
good.
Take care. Hey, Mary. Yeah. So you should actually film yourself doing a hat. Just do a quick little video of yourself just doing some crocheting. That'd be cool. Herb, does using a wooden hook count? Yes, it does. Yes. Using any type of wooden material would count as woodworking if you're working with wood.
Well, in that case, I could be coloring a picture with my colored pencils.
Yes, it's still considered woodworking.
Just working
I agree.
on
Losing your
pilot
pets,
account.
you spend so much time there. Yep. Yep, because it's for woodworking. And it goes on paper, which paper is fiber, which is made from trees. Paper, right? So.
Yeah.
You're yours for 20 years. Oh.
I got to know John. I really didn't realize how much of a personality turtles and tortoises had, just like dogs and cats. I'm used to being around dogs, cats, horses, cows, birds, never really knew anybody that had exotic pets. And I didn't realize how much of a personality that they develop with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything could be a
Well,
pet.
like I said, I come home from work and the Gabby knows when I'm home because she'll hear the front door open and close, and take my boots off. I'll come around the corner and she'll look up and I'll go, Gabby, and she'll be like you'll literally see her smile. Her eyes will open, like brighten right up, and walk towards the door. Wait for me to scratch her head. So they know.
Well, I mean, wait a minute. Does tarantulas count? I don't care how much of a damn personality that fucking thing had. I was never, ever stepped back in that woman's house. Never.
Oh, my ears are burning.
No, I was looking at this aquarium, an empty aquarium, and had a screen on top, and the screen was cocked open. And I looked at it for the longest time, sitting there having a cup of coffee, smoking a cigarette, and chit-chatting. And finally, I was like, I got to ask you. I said, what was in that aquarium? And she goes, oh, nothing right now, but my tarantula lives in there. And I set up, and I'm like, where is it right now? And she goes, oh, it's right behind you. And I turned around. It was on the back of the couch right next to my head. And I got up, and I said, it's been nice knowing you. You want to call me on the phone. I won't be back. And I never stepped foot in her house again. Sorry, I draw the
Just
line.
want a little pat. Just give him a
Would
little
have been
scratch.
okay. Would have been okay with
Just
a
give him a
rat,
little scratch.
a snake, anything. No. Mm-mm. Nope. Not happening. Nope. Not spiders.
Tarantulas are harmless.
No.
A
No.
black widow will kill you. A
I'll freaking
tarantula
leave me
just
alone,
wants some
Legus
loving and
Worm.
pat and
I don't
scratching.
care. Spiders are spiders. I don't like spiders. They're creepy looking.
Okay, what if you dress your dog up in a spider costume for Halloween? Will it still scare
No.
you?
We no, it's not a
But
real
it's a
spider.
spider.
No, it's not. It's a spider costume.
Oh.
It's not a spider.
Well, maybe
Yeah,
it's
no.
a maybe it
If
was
a
a gerbil in a spider
spider
costume.
jumps at me, Lacey, I'm going to be in the hospital because I'm going to have a freaking heart attack.
It could have been a gerbil in a spider costume. Come on, you never know.
No. Hello, Greg.
Yeah, exactly. What about
I
what about those cute jumping spiders?
no, I don't like cute
You've
jumping
seen those
spiders.
videos of you've seen those videos of you've seen the
I
videos of
have.
the jumping spiders though.
I
She
have.
has conversations with them.
She can talk to them all she wants on the screen, and I'll watch the videos, but I will physically not be around a spider. I have never seen the movie The Arachnids. I watched it for the first 5 minutes. I got up. I picked up my book. I picked up my coffee cup. And Bill said, "Where are you going?" I said, "Going to the kitchen. Enjoy the show." He said, "You're not going to watch this." I said, "Oh, no, I'm not watching that damn thing. Nope.
Hey, Greg, how's it going?
Didn't watch Ice Spiders
Well,
either.
what about arachnophobia?
No,
Arachnophobia was pretty cool.
no. No spiders, please.
Well, now we know how to get rid of them.
Mark says he used to catch tarantulas and sell them to pet shops.
I will tell you how bad it is, John. My oldest son was 7 years old. I was in the shower, seen a spider, started screaming. He had to come in and kill the spider for me with his hand over his eyes because he didn't want to look at me naked. And I was like, "Why did you come in here?" He says, "Dad's not home. I'm the man of the house." Picked up
Oh
the
my God.
spiders and then ran out the bathroom. I
Wow.
was like, "I truly appreciate that, but no, you're not the man of the house." I want to tell you, I love my state. I love West Virginia, and West Virginia gets crushed on a lot. And today showed me that there are those in West Virginia that deserve to be crushed on. This is how smart these backwoods inbred dumbasses are. They broke into the fire department and stole the tires off the only fire truck for the entire county. And then the house caught on fire. And they couldn't get there. They had, had to call in fire departments from other counties to come in to fight the fire because they didn't have a truck. How stupid can people be?
I'll be right back.
What are you doing, stupid?
I was like, right there. People like that is what gives West Virginia a bad name. Yeah, I said what I said and I meant it. Because some of them are. I really, really, really hope that they. And, well, it was one of the poorer counties, so they had no cameras in the bay or outside of the fire department, so they have no idea who did it. But I really hope they catch them. Somebody's going to talk. Come on. It's a small farming state. Somebody's going to talk.
Yeah, they'll be at the bar
Just look for the
bragging.
car with the big ass
Yep.
tires on it.
Yeah,
Look for the car with the big ass tires on it.
exactly, Mark. That right there is 90% of the problem in our state. Yes.
What, meth or catalytic converters?
Meth and heroin right now. I mean, it's decimating our population just, and pain pills. That's why it's so hard to get pain pills in the state of West Virginia. Even if you really need them. I know cancer patients that could not get pain medication because of this crap.
Really?
Oh,
Really.
yeah.
My niece has chronic brain pain and has a brain tumor, and because she had a good day the day before she had to go take her blood test, it wasn't in her system, so they took her pain medication away because she had a good day and didn't need it. Oh, you must be selling them.
That makes
And the thing
no
is
way.
it's not a lie. People are doing that, but it's really screwing over the people that truly need the medication.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
When we live,
I have a friend of mine that lives 2 counties over, poor woman. Every time she gets her cable hooked up, somebody come and cuts her cable wire. She has to have the cable company out there at least 3 or 4 times a month. And they told her if it continued, they would no longer come and run the line and just give her money back.
what?
Yeah. Well, they're not going to keep coming and replacing the line when they know it's going to get cut. And, you know, it's not in a richer part of the state. Nobody gives a crap. Terrible thing.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, Lacey, that's what they call us now. The whole state. Mark, why I don't understand why ours doesn't. Because West Virginia's all trees. Trees fall and take out cable lines, right? If they run them underground, they wouldn't have to worry about that. But they also would put a lot of people out of jobs. Yeah, Jeanette, that's happening a lot too. Well, they won't do it, Mark, because it makes too much sense.
Here's Johnny.
Oh, is that loud? Can you hear my scroll saw?
I am loving the way this yarn is working up.
No, this next pattern I'm doing. His name, here's Johnny.
Well, let's see.
You want to see? Okay.
Bye, Mark.
Wow. All right,
Oh, that's
Mark.
nice.
Thanks for dropping by, man. Take care. Next time,
Good, Mark.
next time you get some more time, let me know, and we'll send you a
That's
link to come
really
out and see us.
cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Show it again, Connie.
Look at the way
You
it's
turn it
working
slow.
up.
Like throw my head off. Wow, you gotta turn that slow. It's like totally trippy.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's kind of like a blade when you're going around, like it's going.
Yeah.
Not go fast.
Now go
Yeah,
fast.
spin it fast now.
A
Spin it
pinwheel.
fast.
That's it. Pinwheel.
Yeah. Wow.
God, that took a while for that word to come in my head. That's sad.
Yeah.
All right. Take care, Mark.
See you, Mark.
Bye, Mark.
Yeah, that happens a lot here too. Places. Things to say.
Hi, Rebecca.
Hello, Rebecca.
Stories of my son telling me he worked at peak and he always worked nights. And the cops would come in, off hours, of course, and so drunk they couldn't walk, but they drove themselves to the gas station. But they pull people over every night for drinking and driving, and then they do it themselves. I was like, wow, that's really leading by example.
Hi, Lydia.
Well, Lydia,
Hi, Lydia.
Oh, Rebecca and Lydia.
Joe, you've been very quiet this evening.
Hey,
Or
Rebecca.
very
Hello,
vocal.
Lydia.
I don't know what to tell you.
Well, tell me something.
You haven't gave her a chance to.
I told my sister she needs to take a day and let somebody else go visit him, his friend or something. She has been so stressed that she called me a while ago, and I was like, "Hey," she said, "Yeah." She said, "Sorry, I ain't talked to you in so long," and I'm like, "What?" She said, "Well, I have." I said, "Sis, you have talked to me every day for at least an hour." I have. I was like, "Yeah." I said, "I think you need to take a little time off to burn out." They're talking about putting him in a regular room tomorrow, so he must be doing pretty well.
That's
That's
good.
good.
Which I think means she could like go up in the afternoon instead of getting up at 7 o'clock in the morning and being there because visiting hours are 10 to 8.
I will be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
See, I
He's getting better.
every hospital I've ever every hospital I've ever been to, visiting hours is usually like regular hours, but that's just for friends. Family can usually stay 24, like immediate family can stay 24
Oh,
hours.
she could stay 24 hours a day if she wanted to, but I told her she needs to come
Okay.
home at night and sleep. She already has back problems. She don't need to be trying to sleep in a chair. She can has days that she can't even stand up straight. And I also told her if she don't take care of her, she can't take care of him.
And since he's doing better, maybe she can take, not stay all day.
Well, he is still
Yeah.
having episodes where he will call her because he can't remember how old he is or where he was born or if his parents are alive. And she said that he called her at like 4 o'clock this morning and asked her how old he was because it was bothering him so much. And she was like, just, look on your license. It's in your wallet. And he's like, do I have a license? She said, yes, it's in your wallet. So he asked the nurse when she came in to give him his wallet and put it in the table where he could get to it.
Yeah.
But my sister was
Working on.
in his bed, and the nurse came in. She said, "We have people to do that. You don't have to do that." She goes, "Well, I was just standing here anyway." I said, "Don't make more work for yourself." It's because she's
Working
used,
on a cartoon, pattern, Greg.
and they don't do that. Generally, the family changes the bed for the patients.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, when I was in the hospital down here after I had hernia surgery, I made my own bed because I got tired of waiting.
Oh, wow.
They
What
came
are you
in,
working
put the
on,
shit
Herb?
on the
A cartoon pattern.
they'd be right back. I waited for 3 hours, got disgusted, got up, stripped the bed, threw him in the floor, and then make me to bed.
Oh, yeah. Every time I went and took a shower, they changed the bed.
That was when my doctor decided I was okay to go home because the nurse told him
Hmm.
I make my own bed, and he said, "Why?" And I said, "Because they didn't. Got a job."
Yeah, I would call down to the nurse's station. And they take a shower. You can't. We have to plug the IV first. I was like, oh, I already did that. I'm on my way to the shower now. I ain't waiting for you. I want a shower now, not in 12 hours.
Yeah.
My surgeon, he's like, did you really plug up the own IV? I was like, it's not that difficult to do one-handed.
Yeah.
And I hooked it back up when I was done, too. No big deal.
I like that.
You're just a rebel.
I know it. I'm a bad patient.
I'm a terrible patient. Or at
They
least,
hated when I was there because I would tell them
There we
how
go.
it was supposed to be done. That's cool.
Yep.
I'd tell them when they were doing things wrong. I was like, well, how do you know? Because I did this type of work for, I don't know, years.
oh,
Since I
mine
was,
was because I wouldn't stay in the bed.
I would never stay in bed. I go to the recliner.
For me, I get up and I go open up the door because I hate the door being shut. I'm like,
Yep.
Oh, I
you
would.
gotta leave the door shut. I'm like, I don't want that thing.
I was shutting the damn door.
Yeah, I can't stand the door being shut.
And then,
I can't stand
when
the
I
door
get
being open.
in,
There's only people walking by and watching me all the time. It's like, just go, just keep walking.
I like to see what's going on.
oh, I don't. I could care
I don't
less.
like to be. I
As
don't
long
like
as I
to
got
see
a
when they're
window,
being
I can leave
ignored.
the door shut.
No, and then I was so uncomfortable because the chair was, I mean, I had a recliner, but it was really uncomfortable. And I wasn't comfortable in the bed because I just had the surgery. So I got up, took my keys with me, and I went down to the waiting room.
Mm-hmm.
And the doctor found me there. What are you doing down here? So it's pretty sad. Where to get comfortable, you have to come here with more comfortable furniture and a waiting room than there is in the actual patient's rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for me, I like to. I like my leg to be out of the blanket and sheet. At least my foot, if not my leg. So this one time when I was really sick and I was at the hospital, um, I kept putting my leg out and I wanted the door open. Every time he shut the door, I'd get up and go open the door, and I'd have my leg out. My um, nurse was a guy, and he comes in and goes, "You can't do this." I said, "Watch me. What can you do to stop me?" I said, you're not gonna put the blanket on me and show it to me, and you're not gonna keep shutting my door." He finally gave up.
Yeah, I had a nurse because I always have to leave one leg sticking out before I get too hot.
Yeah, that's my
Time she
even.
come in the room, she covered my leg up, and I just look at her and I uncover it again.
Yep,
She's like, "Isn't your foot cold?" I said, "That's the whole point."
yeah. Even during in the winter time, I always have my foot, at least my foot, if not my leg, uncovered. Like it's my business, people. Leave me alone.
Just like as soon as I would wake up, I would put shorts on and a tank
What?
top.
Uh huh.
As soon as I'd wake up from surgery and be back in the room,
Mhm.
I would change into shorts and tank top. Get rid of that damn going. No. It's just,
Hey,
no.
JJ,
Yeah.
And then I'd put on socks. I used to wear slippers. I got socks on and don't push it.
Right.
yeah, they
So
don't. At our local hospitals, they don't wake you up walking the halls. And I'm like, how can anyone sit late? They're like, well, you're in the hospital because you're sick. And I was like, no, I was in the hospital because I need to have surgery.
I always get
They,
up and I, I always get up and start walking around because I can't. I go strictly.
yeah. But they need me to get up walking around so I get my skin back.
In fact, when I had surgery when I was 15, that's when I met a guy that I dated off and on for 3 years in the hospital.
Yeah.
That was a good thing. And they come find me and they say, "You need to go back to your room." I'm like, nah, no, thank you.
Yeah. I ended up calling Roy because I had to have him bring me my sugar-free tea that's sweet, from Walmart.
Hmm.
A few things that I could actually eat. And I said, "Would you bring my um?" They're not really flip flops, they got the back on them too.
Hmm.
He's like, "Why? Where are you going?" I was like, "They insist I have slippers." He's like, well, you got your tiger ones here and your gorilla ones. And I was like, and do you really think they're going to let me wear those when they make noise?
Yeah.
I was like, no, you got to have respect for others. Like, just bring me those flip flops and I wear them. And that's as close as they're going to get to me wearing a slipper. But, I just,
Hey, Liz, how's it going?
She is
Yep.
Hey,
celebrating
Hey,
Liz.
Liz.
son's 17th
How are
birthday,
you today?
but will leave us
Catherine.
running. Happy
Tell her
but I
birthday.
happy
was,
birthday.
Cool,
Awesome.
cool.
Tell him happy birthday.
yeah, but I was there for 2 weeks.
Yeah, they get sick of me about after 3 days. I'm like, has he released me yet? No. Has he released me yet? No.
Mm.
Are you going to ask him?
But I
He
was, at that point, I was
called
within
the night after
24
my
hours.
surgery.
At that point, I was within 24 hours of dying when I had the surgery, so I had no strength, energy, no nothing. So I had to build that back up so I can at least walk up a few,
Yeah.
I don't know, just a little bit so I can get to Dad's door. But
Whoa.
when I got to Dad up there by his porch, I couldn't do the steps. Thankfully,
Hmm.
my brother was there, so between him and Zach, they got me up the steps. Jesus Christ.
Well, every time I had one of my babies, I was always out walking the halls pushing my baby around because I wasn't going to leave the baby in the room and I didn't like the baby in the nursery. So I just took the baby with me.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, we
Yeah,
really don't like you doing that. I'm
I
like, and I
can't
really
do
don't
that
care.
anymore.
yeah, Zach got life
Oh, it's my
flighted.
kid. I can do what I want with
Right.
My kid got life flighted, so I was at the other hospital and he was at another one.
Yeah.
That lasted 2 days. Not quite 2 days. And I was like, nope,
Yeah.
I'm out of here. I'm going to my kid.
Yeah. I think I probably would have too, but luckily, my kids stayed with me because well, my first baby I hemorrhaged, and my next three I had C-sections.
Yeah, I had C-section, but he needed a level of care that the hospital I was in didn't provide. They weren't
Right.
capable. So he went to Peoria's St. Luke's, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they have a specialized NICU and all that. Yeah, he was there for almost 2 weeks.
John,
Yeah.
that's cattails, correct?
it. Yep.
Are you going to cut the individual blades of grass?
Nope. They're pistils and stamens.
Mm.
What are
Well,
you
it
talking
was
about?
weird
Center of the flower. Okay. Gotcha.
it was weird because when
Yeah.
Jack was
Pistils
in
and stamens.
NICU, he looked
Yeah,
like a giant baby.
which way I got to go with this thing?
Yeah, because Zach was
Pistils,
8.5 and the
stamens,
other
right?
one was,
Greg,
yeah.
I was wondering the same thing. You have a bingo background and you're cutting wood.
He was going to play bingo tonight.
I know.
No.
Yes, he was.
No, I
He
was going to
said
play
so
bingo this afternoon.
yesterday.
Play bingo this afternoon.
Yeah, he was going to do
This
it this
afternoon.
afternoon.
There you go,
But
Greg.
when
Sawdust.
Jack was in, he was 8.5 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And then so he was in NICU, he looked humongous because you got these other babies that just fit in the palm of your hand.
Right.
And you're like, oh my God.
Yeah, my son was 8 pounds 3 ounces, and yeah, he was huge for me anyway.
And they said he was more than 5, and okay.
I'll be right back.
How
Okay.
big, I don't know how big Michaela was.
Uh,
I don't think she was 8'5". I think
the
she
Well,
was,
next
my
daughter was, and she was full term, weighed 4 pounds and 2 ounces when she was born.
yeah,
It
I
yeah.
think,
was the palm of your hand.
I
My
think Michaela
girl,
was a little over 7 pounds.
my girls were 6'15", 6'11", and 6'5", but Ronnie was 8'3".
Both my boys were over 8 pounds.
Yeah, Zach was he was born at 8:31 a.m. on 8:31.
Cool.
That's very cool.
I was like, yeah, but you couldn't have done that again.
My friend, his wife, her due date was October 10th of 2010, and she ended up going 2 days over. So, but she was born at 10:10 a.m. So it would have been 10:10, but it wasn't. She was born on
Yes.
October 12th instead.
I got the picture great.
Jessie says her last baby was 7'11". Her smallest was 6'2".
Mm-hmm.
See, and I see weights like that. I'm like, wow, those babies are underweight.
They're
Because
not though.
I was 11'10". I was
Oh,
11'10" when I was born,
You're
Yeah, but
poor.
you're also
and
over
uh,
6 foot.
but and all my three all my three sons were at least 8 to 9 each. They're all big
yeah, when I
babies.
was in there having Zach, there were babies born that were, just look like 5'2", 5'1", whatever. Oh my God, they have to go to Peoria too? Oh no, that's normal. Oh,
When my niece was
okay.
born and my sister was in the hospital with her, the woman that was in the room with her had a baby as well. Her baby had hair down to its shoulders, and it was so long, it from the knees to the feet was hanging outside of the bassinet. They did not have a bassinet to fit it. And she looked at my sister and she said, "Do you want to trade?"
See,
And
when
she,
my
no, why would you want to trade? And she said, "I gave birth to a toddler. You had a baby."
Zach
I
was very hairy when he was born.
my brother, when he was born, his hair was down to his shoulders. Um, when I was born, my hair was almost to my shoulders. My grandson, my oldest grandson, had hair about 2 inches long. He had hair on his face, his forehead, his cheeks, all over his arms and back and chest. He was covered in hair. And my oldest granddaughter and my other granddaughter, both of them were born just completely covered in hair
I used
all
to
over their
call
face.
him a little monkey because he had hair on his back.
Well, and Kendrick, my oldest grandson, has a spot that's about an inch by an inch on his back. It grows long black hair, so my daughter always tells him it's his gorilla spot because all that other hair fell off within a
He
couple of
didn't
weeks.
have any hair on his head, and he didn't have any on his face. It was just like his back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I used to call him, my little monkey boy.
Well, even my granddaughter, Kira, even to this day, she still has a lot of hair like on her back and that, and she's almost 20. No, she's almost 19, and she don't like that. She's not.
Yeah,
I've heard
yeah,
of babies born with teeth, but don't those teeth, do they fall out or
I think they do.
because I've heard of it. I've seen a
They either
baby
fall
with
out or
teeth.
they cause more teeth problems.
Right.
My boys were not born with teeth, but they both had teeth by the time they was 4 months old.
My
And
son is the only one that started getting teeth by the time he was
well,
4 months old.
the what they call them, breastfeeding specialists, whatever they're called.
Hmm.
Like, oh, you still need to nurse that baby till he's at least 6 months old. And I said, "Do you see his mouth?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "There's teeth in that mouth." And she goes, I see that. And I was like, "No, we'll just give him a bottle." I said, "No, he's got teeth. He can bite the nipple off. He'll get a cup." Told me I could not, because both my boys were breaking the breast. And it
My
was
first time I died after the first year.
You can start giving a baby a cup as soon as they can start learning how to drink out of it.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those sippy cups, and they basically have to suck on it because
Yeah.
it's so small.
Mm-hmm.
And Jack had a bottle for the first year, and then I just, I think, okay, he's a year old. Bottles are gone. I threw them all away. I kept
Yeah.
one
Yep.
back.
I never had a problem.
Never,
Now,
he never wanted them.
Bill's mom, when I went back to work, she started giving him a pacifier, which ticked me off to no end because I don't see any need for a pacifier. And he got he
She
had
did.
and I looked at him one day, and when he would get mad, he would take it out and throw it. And he was on the porch in his baby swing, and he took it out and he threw it out in the yard. And I just sat there drinking my coffee, and he started pointing and squealing. I was like, "Nope, dog got it." I said, "You don't have no more." And he just looked at me and he started
Dog
crying.
got it.
I said, "You shouldn't have threw it in the yard." And after that, never even asked for it again.
Zach didn't take one, and when he was in Peoria and NICU, I just happened to show up that day.
And they had it in his mouth.
They had it taped to his mouth.
Oh my Lord.
I untaped that, and he was all red and everything, and irritated. And then he was laying in dried poo, and he was a mess.
Oh,
We got him released early.
What?
Let's say that. And we brought him home. I would take care of him at home.
I thought it was hilarious because every time they put one in Anthony's mouth, he'd spit it across the room. I was like, "Leave him alone. He doesn't want it."
my
Megan was going to watch
Their tongue muscles and their cheek muscle. I was like, "No, they don't." I said they didn't used to have pacifiers back in the day.
yeah,
Go
my-
ahead.
my youngest daughter would never take it. They'd put it in her mouth, she'd spit it out.
Yeah.
And so it's like she's not getting it. And then my second to the oldest granddaughter, she would not take a pacifier. It's like, okay, fine, you won't get one.
Yeah,
You don't
Zach.
need it.
Yeah, my sister's going to watch him. She was in high school, and he was an infant, and we were down there at Dad's for my brother's wedding,
Hmm.
and me and Millie were just going to go out to eat. She said, I'll watch him. I was like, okay. I was like, well, there's diaper bag, and you know where everything's at. She's like, where's the pacifier? And I was like, he doesn't take one. She's like, seriously? And I was like, well, there's one in the bag, but he won't take it. What the hell do you do? And I was like, good luck. And I walked out. But he never cried or anything unless something he needed something. He was a good baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Anthony was
Well,
a good baby.
Candace, my youngest daughter, she would never take the pacifier, and she was about 2 weeks old, and I heard sucking. I'm like, the hell? She didn't have a pacifier. I went over there and she was sucking on her thumb. And I'm like, well, there's nothing I can do about that. She was only 6 weeks old. So
he didn't do that either.
when she turned 2, we took her to, or 2.5. She went to the dentist for the first time. And the dentist looked at her and he goes, do you suck your thumb? She's like, yes. And he goes, you are ruining your teeth. You need to stop sucking your thumb. She never put her thumb in her mouth again. But she ruined her teeth. She had already ruined them. At least not her teeth, the shape of her mouth. She had pulled it out, so she kind of has buck teeth.
Lorelai has slightly buck teeth, and she still sucks. I'm constantly on her to get her thumb out of her mouth. I looked. I said, "Do you like being sick?" She said, "No." I said, "Then keep your fingers out of your mouth." I said, "Your hands are dirty."
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Every time you put your thumb in your mouth, you're putting everything that you've touched in your mouth." And I said, "I know you've been outside."
Yeah, but that's how.
Go ahead.
That's how you build up immunity, though.
To a point, but she literally will suck
That's how you build up immunity stuff.
on your thumb, John. I mean, it was getting bad. Her thumb was raw. She had a sore side of her mouth, and she is constantly sick. But daycare. It'd be one thing if she was home, but she's in daycare and she's touching the toys at daycare. So everything that every other kid's got, she's got in her mouth.
Yeah. When kids are in school, they're sick constantly.
Oh, yeah.
When he could be home at summertime,
But
Jack would never be sick all summer. He goes back to school, he's sick. And it's like,
She's
my
got a,
Lord.
she sucks. She pushes her front on the back of her front teeth when
Yeah,
she's
my
got.
Yeah.
my
That's what.
daughter pulled her teeth out, so she would pull on her
Yeah.
top teeth.
Yep.
Sarah, my niece, would suck her two fingers up
Hmm.
underneath her teeth, and I'm like, the hell are you doing? Nothing. Well, stop it.
Saw that, did you, John?
I think don't be doing that crap.
Well, Herb did too, and I'm just like doing the same as I did
Deleting
before.
it.
So
Yeah.
just
And I gave
yeah, just don't talk.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't feed your toes.
my niece was being a pest handler, and I told her mom had candy in a little dish there by the couch, and she kept eating it, and I was like, no more candy. And I was sitting
Hmm.
there for a fool. She took another piece, stuck it in her mouth, and I put the candy up, and no, you sit there until you think about what you did. You're in a timeout. My daddy won't let you put me in a timeout. My brother came in and he's like, what happened? And I told him, he's like, you're on your own. You went back in the other room. And I was like, I'm gonna spank a kid. I will not do that, but I will give them time out. Nicole caught him, and she doesn't like her timeouts I give her. But afterwards, she apologizes. We give a hug, and I forgive him. So- And Zach was at the point where he would do something. And I was gone. I went to the grocery store because that's when mom was going through chemo and stuff. And Zach was little, probably 5 or 6, give or take, I don't know. And when I was at the grocery store, I came back and mom's like, come to the kitchen, come to the kitchen. And it's like, well, you gotta let me walk through the house, okay? I've got groceries. And he was just sitting on the couch with his hands on his knees. And I was like, okay. And she's like, what have you done to your son? I was like, I wasn't even here. I didn't do anything.
Hmm.
And she's like, he back talked a little bit and he's like, I need a timeout. He's been on the couch ever since. He gave himself a timeout.
Hmm.
That's a good
And
thing.
I was like, well, he knows what he did wrong. And I went and talked to him. Are you done having a timeout? And he's like, nope, not yet. It's okay. So I told mom, I was like, you need to go in there and talk to him and see if he's ready because you're the one that he's wrong, not me. So he decided he was done and he came and talked to grandma and said he was sorry and gave her a hug. And I think she cried. I don't know. My mom was always crying. She said, I've never seen a kid give himself their own timeout. And, oh, yeah, he knows. All you got to do is give him a look. He's like, I'm going for a timeout. And then I got to the point, you didn't even have to give him a look. He would mess up and he's like, I'm going for a timeout now. Okay.
Does he still do that?
Sometimes.
He knows and he
Sometimes,
goes to his room.
sometimes, yeah. He'll
Yeah.
do something and he's like, I'm going to my room. I need a timeout. Okay. And then after that, he'll come out here and he'll apologize for what he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just kind of ingrained in him, and that worked for him. That
Yeah.
and taking away his favorite thing. Like at one point, it was all his dinosaur books. And then it got to be video games or, just whatever the case may be. And that was like taking the best friend away.
Yeah.
So I couldn't do it for long because otherwise it would just bring meltdown after meltdown. But 20 minutes without something, for bad mouthing or something, that worked for him. And he had to sit in here with me with his back to the TV and hands on his knees and no talking. No moving, no. You just think about what you did wrong.
There was a little girl that I used to babysit, and she was horrible. I'm gonna tell you, she was horrible to deal with. She would beat up on her older sister, and she was meaner than all get out, and they didn't know how to handle her.
Uh-huh.
And so when she came to my house, I can't say I broke her, but we definitely cured her issues. I never touched her. I never called her names.
Uh-huh.
Nothing. And she to this day thanks me all the time. And
Yeah.
now she's got two kids that just as bad, if not worse. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
What
I
comes
wish
around goes around.
I wish you would have, it's just too bad that she doesn't really ask me what I did because she can't remember. She was only 3
Yeah.
when she started
Well,
coming.
I was giving Michaela time out when I'm down there.
Well, it was timeouts that I gave
Yeah.
her, but I
Yeah,
told her,
and
I said, you have to stay on timeout until you are completely quiet for 3 minutes because you're 3. And sometimes she'd be there an hour or 2 hours.
you
And
have
I'm
to
like,
keep moving. You gotta put them right
this
back.
is your choice.
Yeah, because Michaela, I would give her time out. And my mom I was on video chat with them. And she
Hmm.
was just being mean to her mom and doing this and doing that. And I was
Yeah.
just waiting for Megan to say something, do something. And she's like, stop, stop. And I was like, and I raised my voice and I was like, Michaela Ray. And she perked up and she looked right at the phone. I was like, get your butt in that timeout right now.
Hmm.
She went over there and sat there and then she apologized to her mom and did all that. And Megan's like, what the hell just happened? And I was like, Megan, you need to learn how to do a timeout, dear.
Yeah.
You need to raise your children,
Now,
discipline your children.
some kids,
What'd you
timeout
say,
does
John?
not work.
What'd
There's,
you say? John said something, but I couldn't hear him.
oh,
What'd you
John,
say,
what did
John?
you say?
It's like positive reinforcement, right? You learn how to discipline your children. Stop being friends with your children and learn to
Right.
discipline
Yeah,
them.
exactly. You can be friends later, but you need to have discipline. I'm not
The thing,
talking lost weapons and beating on your kids. I'm talking discipline.
well, the thing is
Teaching them
kids,
from wrong.
kids are looking for their boundaries. They'll quit
Yeah.
pushing until you give them a boundary. And I know my daughter struggles with Hudson. Timeout does not work for him. Spanking does not work for him.
Mm-hmm.
He's had a hard time finding out what works for him. But guess what? On there, he starts acting up, and almost instantly he stops. He listens to me. He does what I tell him to do. And she's like, Mom,
Yeah.
how could you do that? I'm like, I just found what worked.
Yeah,
And
Megan, because she's like, when you're here, Michaela is so much better because she's with you. She doesn't act up. And she's like, why? And I was like, because she knows better. I was like, she's like, seriously? And I was like, she doesn't see me that often. I'm a different person. I'm not her mom.
well,
Yeah,
not only that,
told kids
the
that I'm not your mother.
the other thing is a big mistake a lot of people do, especially mothers and dads, is they threaten something they're not willing to follow
Follow
through.
through.
And
Yeah.
Yep.
I keep telling my
And,
daughter, I says, don't you threaten him with something you're not going to do. And she goes, but I'm mad. I
and,
said, you can't be mad.
yeah, and the thing with Andre, her dad, is he whoops her. And it's not teaching her anything.
Nope.
She has learned to be scared of him. He comes home from work, and if I'm there, she runs to the back room to be with me because she doesn't want to be with her dad because he's going to be in a bad mood when he comes in. Is what she tells me.
Hmm.
And then she told me last time, and he was right in the kitchen. She's like, she was trying to whisper, but she can't figure that out yet. And she's like, my daddy doesn't like you. And I was like, well, that's okay. Your daddy doesn't have to like me, and I don't have to like other people. You don't have to like everyone, and that's okay.
Right.
And he's like, Michaela, you shouldn't be saying that. And I was like, Andre, it's okay. I know you
Mhm.
don't like me, and I'm not real thrilled with you. But
Right.
you have to put differences aside while I'm here
Right.
and try to get along, and we do all right.
Mhm.
And I was like, just let it go. It's fine. No need to be whooping butts or yelling or nothing. And she's just telling me, and that's okay.
Mhm.
She didn't do anything wrong. Well, she
Yeah.
She's
shouldn't be
thankful for
telling
telling
people
the
that.
truth.
He's like, you shouldn't be telling people that I don't like them. And I was like, then
Well,
you
maybe
shouldn't
you
be
should
telling.
tell her.
You
You
should be
shouldn't be
telling her
telling
that.
her. Yeah, I said you
You
shouldn't
should.
be telling her.
You,
I don't like so. I don't like this
exactly.
person, and then she won't tell them.
That's right.
And, and I told Andre, and I was like, honestly, I could give a rat's ass if you like me or not. I'm not here for you.
Right.
I don't come here to see you. I come here to see the other three people here.
Mhm.
And I was like, I am grateful that you don't throw an absolute fit when I'm trying to spend some time with Michaela. And I come down here to visit with her
Right.
because he can make it a living hell. And of course, me, I just make it a living hell right back.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't say or do anything in front of her about her dad.
Yeah.
If I want to talk about him to my sister, we'll be like out on the back porch smoking after she's in bed. I was like,
Mhm.
"So how was your day?" And I was like, I'm going to kill your husband, but other than that, and she's like, cool. It's like, I'll tell her, do you want to help me, bury the body and hide it? And she's like, he's a big dude. We might need some more help. And it's like, well, get Eric, my brother. And she's like, you're awful. And I was like, yeah, well, it's not like we're actually going to do anything. And I was
Right.
like, I know him. And I was like, you love him. And there's times you hate him, but you also love him. And we just have to deal with that.
That is the thing of families.
So, but he's never been one that even tried to really get to know us. Like at holidays and things, we'd be sitting there having dinner. He'd go upstairs. He wanted no part of it. Thanksgiving, anything. He just removed himself.
Right.
We tried to include him, so we can get to know him, but no, he wouldn't do it. I mean, he loves Zach to death, and Zach loves him to death. But oh man, I'd hate to see what happens if Zach's ever there and he ever Andre ever whooped Michaela's ass. That would be bad.
Anthony and Lorelai.
Because that would be, Zach is very, very protective.
That is
Yeah.
not going to happen.
And I can see what would happen. Andre would be on the floor because
Yeah.
that's the black part. So Andre'd be on the floor and he'd be pinned down, and I'd have to get my camera out and take a picture. It was nasty. Yeah, but Zach doesn't tolerate that stuff. I don't either. I mean, I'll let it be said. I voiced my opinion on it, but you do not do that. There's a difference between a little spanking and an ass whipping. And she was 3 at the time. She does not need an ass whipping. So yeah, we get the I take it. I'm not the parent, but I can't help it. My sister, she's like, "Are you ever afraid that when you're doing that, Andre's going to get up in your face and whip you?" I said, "I would take just let him hit me one time." And she's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "I'm disabled. That's why I'm not excited." And he goes, "Yeah, I don't care. I'll take a black eye and break a nose over it."
Well, he'd only do it once anyway, so
Yep.
Yeah. And I was like, I would do anything to protect that child. Someone has to. He's gotten Dad's place and threatened him before, and I got in between the two of them. I mean, he was a good. Andrew was so red. And it was all over because Dad accidentally used his tile. I mean, seriously, are there not other tiles to use? Well, he knows that's mine. I was like, who gives a shit? Pick your battles over a towel. I mean, God.
Yeah.
He said, it was a bigger towel. So I went in my bag. So I brought two of my own. Because sometimes they're running out of towels there. And they were bigger towels. And I was like, they're freshly washed. Use one of them. And I threw it at him and walked away. God. What is the big, I mean, it's like a prickly and slippery side over. You got to pick your battles. My battle with God is that, get him good. Take a shower. That's a battle. And that's a battle here at home, too. You Sometimes you got school and everything. I'm like the most laid back damn person there is. Because Andre he could be sitting there just cussing me, and I'm just sitting there looking at him, and sometimes I just bust out laughing, and he's like, "You think that's funny?" And I said, "Yeah, kinda." And
Yeah,
he's
they
like, "You
always
think?"
laugh at it.
I said, I was bullied all my life from my parents. So if you think you're saying anything that I haven't heard before that's going to bother me, good luck finding something that will bother me. I've been called it all.
Oh,
Because he called me a fat ass, and I just looked at him, and I was like, "And your point would be what?" And he didn't know what to say to that. I was like, my family's very dysfunctional. It'd be so much better if he wasn't part of the family, but Megan wants him, so there he stays. I got rid of my ex.
But did you? But did you? He's
Well,
there like every day.
okay. I got rid of my husband from, I mean, like he's not with me constantly going down there. He's here all the time, but most times he's in there with Zach. They're in there cooking. And I kind of come to ignore him when he's out here sometimes. I mean, he'll be out there when we're playing bingo. He's like, "I got a bingo full card." And I was like, "You lying fucking shit." He's like, "You don't have bingo. You haven't even, numbers haven't even hardly started." You
look,
know?
it's Robin. Hello, Robin.
And Tony will be laughing and saying stuff to him. And he jokes
Hey,
around
it's
and
our best
stuff.
friend Robin.
So,
Hey, Robin.
Hey, Robin.
Here's Robin.
so did I really get rid of it? Well, he's still here almost every day.
Awesome, Jeanette.
But we actually get along now, as before we did not.
Yeah.
When we were married, no, it just we never, I mean, he cheated, and I didn't talk to him for a year and a half. His mom would call me and say, "Willie wants to see Zach." Okay, I'll send Zach up. And so I went to the basement. So yeah, I didn't talk to him for a year and a half. But then it just comes to the point where I can't do this forever. Because Zach was not even walking or anything whenever we separated. He was really young, little. And it's got to the point where, I can't do this forever. I'm not going to have Jack around this growing up of his parents not even being able to talk. And we have to be able to communicate about Zach if need be.
Yeah.
Medically, school, whatever. So I just put it behind me and let it go. Now we're like best of friends. Go figure. It doesn't make any sense. But it is what it is. I'm done talking now. Somebody else will take over. I've ranted long enough.
How do you keep slippers from slipping?
Super glue.
You can put grippy on them. Okay, so what I used to do is I used to buy, there's fabric that's called grippy. I don't know if it's called grippy, but it's got like grippies on the bottom, and you can sew those onto the bottom of the slippers. You can actually crochet right with them, hook to it, or you can just put them on the bottom. And it keeps them from sliding. That's what I used to do for
I've
my kids.
You could use puffy paint on the bottom.
I've also
Yes,
Works.
Yeah, I never
yeah
thought of that.
I,
Flippy paint.
I,
Yeah.
I've seen puffy paint and also hot glue on the bottom.
the problem with hot glue is if they're walking on hot, like cement or whatever in them, it's going to melt. The puffy paint won't, and neither will the grippy fabric.
I'll have to remember that if I ever make slippers to get some puppy paint.
Hmm.
I thought about getting some doing like t-shirts or something with Michaela. She probably like that.
Yeah.
But, so many things to do with her.
Okay, so Amazon has non-slip vinyl backing cloth that you can put on the bottom of slippers. That's what I used to use, and it will keep them from slipping. You can sew it right onto the crocheted slippers. It's Amazon has it. Let me see. Let me get you a link.
I've never even made slippers before.
I used to make them all. I used to make them all the time.
It's been a while since I made slippers.
If I made some, I want them to come up past my ankles.
And this is like $11.69 for a 60 by 40 inches, which you can get a lot of slipper bottoms. Let's see.
I go to Amazon to go back and remember what the hell I bought. I
Here
think I bought
is
some.
the.
I think I bought
Here's the
O'Keefe hand and body lotion.
there's the link.
Because that hand stuff works wonderful.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe the hand and body lotion would work, be nice. And it was in a huge bottle.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the other thing I bought might have been
Okay, what the heck? Did it put it in 3
Most,
different, 4
most
different?
of
Oh my
those or
god.
whatever without the lights.
Oh,
'Cause I don't need.
that's a key. That that link's too big.
It's
You have to
too big.
go to
Dang
the
it.
actual page.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
just go to
Hold
the actual
on.
page.
Yeah, I think I bought glasses that were magnifiers, but without the
Uh-huh.
lights, and then the top part was clear.
Right.
So if I'm watching TV and crocheting, I could look up and watch TV and then back down. Whereas these that I wear now, the whole glasses are magnified.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I walk out of the house wearing these and in the car, and Zach will look at me. What are you doing? Oh, we're getting ready to go over here to Dollar Tree. And he's like, are you going to wear those glasses? And, oh, shit. No, just not. I'm just so used to. I take him into Walmart with me because I can't read crap when I'm looking at ingredients or something on something.
Right.
That is a pain in the butt.
Yeah, you got your fancy bionic eyes though. Good to go.
Hello?
What was
Well,
that?
Annie's got her fancy
yeah,
bionic eyes.
yeah,
You got your bionic eyes.
Yeah,
yeah.
no,
Your
no. I
laser
still
eyes.
have to have readers to read small print. I still can't see small print. Oh my god, that's why I was going to. There is a content creator. Her name's Alexandria Ryan. She's had cataract surgery performed on her dog.
I've heard of that.
Yeah.
I love my animals.
What?
I love my dogs. But that's almost $4,000.
Maybe they had doggy insurance.
And the dog went blind anyway.
Yep.
Uh,
Just, uh, it's always a possibility. They told her that before the surgery.
Oh, dear Lord.
I would love to crochet tonight. My hands are not letting me. No matter what I do, it's not working. I've used Revive on them, Icy Hot, um, BioFreeze, taking Nerve pills, ibuprofen.
Eat a gummy.
I'm about to. Okay.
Hey, whatever works.
Thank you, Beth.
I got the mint
Hello,
one.
Beth.
Too
I got
bad.
I got the blueberry mint, and that's 5 milligrams for 2, so I can take 2 of those.
Greg, I broke the chat.
Yeah, I just took some more pills, so if that doesn't work, then we go into the gummies. I'll take the gummies and go take a shower, and that'll help ease it with the shower. Let the gummies start working,
Oh, Lordy, Lordy, Lordy.
and then grab some ice packs. I guess just one of them days. I haven't crocheted since last night. I did like 2 of the first rows on the crown.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm using that Mandela again because I had more 20 left.
This is a hat that I did earlier today.
Oh, I love that.
How come this
Yeah.
ain't closing?
And
That's
this one that
cool.
I'm working on, of course, is a little bit about half done.
Are you into the blues tonight?
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever I had like this ball. I thought I'll do another one of these, and then I had 3 of these, and that I did used one up, and now I've got 2 more still. What this one and a great big one. So
That was awful nice of you, Beth.
What happened?
Beth's been lurking, but she decided to be helpful.
Yeah, she helped get
Yeah,
that link for Jeanette that I was trying to put up there.
okay.
So I will be right back.
I'll show you what I mean. Look at that. Should I go on camera real quick?
Ooh, I like that. It looks like a mouth and it's open.
Yeah. It's got some drop stitches.
Uh huh.
It says
Like
maybe.
it's got some single crochet down at the bottom, but the rest of it's half double.
Oh, cool.
And you see some
Does
drop
look
stitches.
like a mouth.
I was like, what is that going to look like?
Looks
And
like a
it's
mouth. Ah. Okay, I'll be back.
teeth. Looks like it's got teeth.
Oh, 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 oh.
Yeah, but that's what the
Where's the
yeah,
pills?
that's let me show. Let me show you. I was telling it was either Tracy or Connie, it might have been you, that I know I've got more hats than this that I made up, but I think the boys moved the bag. 'Cause I know I have more than this.
Ah, shit.
Unless I threw them in the tin or underneath I got a shawl over
Zach,
there. I got two shawls over there.
Zach took them all to work, gave them away.
So I gotta find them. They might be in this box over here too.
I
Because
gotta
what I
sweep
have
up
to
the
do,
pill for the dog. Come in here.
I'll have to wash them all. And Jeff did give me some more cotton yarn so I can make some more washcloths. In that box that he sent me, there was a few. So that's something I can work on maybe tomorrow. No, tomorrow is tomorrow's happy hat. Well, I can work on washcloths because they're still good to her. I need to look at that yarn that we have for the shawl along and see what it actually is. I just set it up there. I didn't really look at it. Nope, it's a one way. One weight. Okay.
So does everybody have their yarn for the shawl along now?
Nope.
No, not everybody, I don't think.
I don't.
Who's miss who's missing theirs besides her?
I don't.
Tracy has hers, which we were talking about last night. Just have a center pull. I just need to look at a piece of it. See how thin that is. How thin are we? Oh my god, that's thin. Okay. We can do this, right? Right.
Absolutely.
Even if it's really, really thin. What size hook does it say to use? 3.25. I don't have one, so I guess I'll have to use a 6.
I use the 7.
6.
Yeah. When I make the mill-ins that I've shown you before, I use a 6 or even a
Yep.
7. It just makes it more drapey.
I'm
Greg
But
back.
said he's missed that memo.
I
And
will have to look at the pattern to see if that is an option to make it drapier or if it's something that has to be a tighter crochet thing.
and it was me that you told me that you had more hats.
Yeah, I know I've got some in my room that are already bagged and tagged 'cause I washed them a while back. But I have some that I was working on the happy hats and all this, and I have them in a bag, and I wish the boys would just leave my shit alone.
Yeah. So after I'm done with this hat, I only need to do 5 more to get to my goal.
Throughout the year, you're going to make any more?
I don't know. We will see. Because
Okay,
I can whip them up really fast. I can do slippers. I can do
you'll have
other
to show
stuff.
me how to make slippers, but I don't know how.
They're really, 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 really easy. Now, knitting, they're easy to do, and crocheting is easy to do. Literally, you only crochet an L shape, and then the way you fold and sew makes it a slipper.
It's like having a lip higher on my ankle.
Huh?
I'm a whip. I'm more like a booty, not just a slipper.
Well, you can make it look like that.
Okay.
Hey, Jessica. How are you?
Well, hello, friends. Happy Saturday.
Well, hello.
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 What kind of crackers are we making there, Mr. John?
Where you out driving so late at night?
I am on my way home
She had to go
from
get a.
my
You read
what, Jojo?
She had to go get a burger.
I did have a burger, but I was at a birthday party.
Bring me one.
Would you like any strawberry crunch cupcakes? Anybody?
No,
No.
Mm-mm.
No. Hot dogs?
just
Nope.
a double meat cheeseburger and 2 hot dogs.
Okay. Okay. Chips or potato salad?
No, but plenty of
No.
onions on the hot dogs.
Okay, yes, sir.
Grilled onions.
Oh, okay. Yes, sir. Any other requests?
Nope. Can't eat that stuff.
And a large sweet tea.
Sugar-free
None.
tea.
Hell no. I'm going to bring tea out from somewhere. I'm going to have a sweet tea.
How about okay? How about a half and half tea then?
Ooh.
I get those
Where's,
from McDonald's. A half cup tea.
where's the mute button for Joe?
Well, McDonald's tea is super sweet. And so I always, if I'm going there and I want a sweet tea, I get a half cut tea.
That's what Andrew does.
Mm. Now, over in Geneseo, the Hardee's there, they make perfect sweet tea.
Who does? You said Hardee's.
Hardee's, yeah, in Geneseo. We don't have one here.
What
I
is
used
it?
to
Taco
love.
Bueno?
I
You
used to
know, they
love
got
going to
the 4
Hardee's.
gallon.
Yeah, we don't have a Hardee's.
We used to have Hardee's in Utah, and then they all changed over to Burger King's.
Yeah. We
And
have a Burger King, an Arby's, Subway,
I love
Taco
Arby's.
Bell, Dairy Queen.
Arby's, my favorite thing to get is a beef and cheddar and slather it with horsey sauce.
Yeah, I
Slather
like
it.
the Arby's sauce.
Huh?
I like the Arby's sauce. Just give me a gallon jug of that.
Oh, I don't mind it if it's on the
Like,
sandwich, but I gotta put the horsey sauce on there.
Yeah.
yeah, gotta have the horsey sauce. It's a lot better.
I
I
used to
like.
work. I used to work for Arby's, and I absolutely
Mhm. And
fell
when
in love with the horsey sauce.
Zach goes there quite often after work, and I tell him to grab, some of the horsey sauce or the Arby's sauce. And then we have a container here at home for them.
Hmm.
That way, we have them for here. And
You can actually buy bottles of horsey sauce.
yeah, but if he can get it for me for free,
What?
What?
Not
yeah,
here you
at
can't.
Huh?
Walmart, you can.
Not
Yeah, you
here.
can buy.
Oh,
Not here you
really?
can't.
Oh,
Mm.
that's too bad. Yeah,
I
you
wish.
can buy
Yeah,
horsey sauce.
that, and they have Chick-fil-A stuff, and yeah, they have all kinds of stuff you can buy.
Yum
Hmm.
yum sauce.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
good.
I love yum yum sauce.
Yeah, yum yum sauce or the chicken dipping sauce. I always get the. You can get the Chick-fil-A, but the Walmart brand tastes exactly like it, so and it's a little cheaper.
Okay. I've never ate at Chick-fil-A, so I don't even know. I just know
Oh, I love Chick-fil-A.
I've just seen the sauces there before. And just kind of glance through them and see if there's anything I want. Because it's right there by like the teriyaki sauce and stuff. And I was getting some teriyaki because we were making chicken teriyaki one time. I needed some.
Yeah,
I haven't
John.
eaten at a Chick-fil-A in
Hi, Jeannie.
almost 35 years.
They've been
John.
done that year?
Jeanette needs the link to the shawl along.
What?
She needs it.
Jeanette, it is. Oh, hey, Jeannie. Hello.
Yes,
In
Greg.
our
Hey,
chat.
Jeannie.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I'll just send it to you. Should be tagged in the. Should be pinned in our chat though.
Yeah.
It is. That's how I found the tutorial for it.
Greg, you
Mhm.
are right.
Yeah.
I like it stronger as well, but horsey sauce is good. But I like straight horseradish.
See, that's too much for me. I put Hellman's with it.
I love the feeling of my nostrils all being cleaned out and that burn. Oh, I love that.
Who's going to say it? Go ahead. Who's going to say it?
Who the hell's calling me this hour? But no.
What?
Honey, you're weird.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm
Somebody was
There
sorry.
you go.
calling this morning. Somebody
Dave, you've
called
been
this
quiet all
morning. I
night,
was
man.
like,
What's going on
no,
with
it's 10 o'clock.
that?
I'm
I
sorry. I
didn't know
just
who
do.
that was.
But you know what? I don't like hot sauce. I hate hot sauce.
You see,
But
I like cooking sauce. I don't
uh,
like it like on my food, but I like to get in my food.
I'll put some in my food. I will not put on my food. But you give me. Oh, you know what's really good? Horseradish covered, dried horseradish covered on peas. Oh, I can just eat them like
You
crazy.
talking about wasabi peas?
Yeah, but that's horseradish.
No, it's wasabi.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's horseradish. And the reason I say that is because even some people from like a guy I used to work with me. He was a sushi chef. He said they don't sell wasabi in this country. Nothing's wasabi. It's horseradish. Because wasabi and horseradish is almost the same thing.
It is in the same family. Yes.
Yeah, and they don't sell wasabi here.
I'll holler at
Susie.
y'all later.
All right, see ya.
Okay.
Good night, her. So what project are you working on, John?
Frog
I'll
and
be right
Oh,
back.
Spouse.
Greg, I bet he did.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
I dubbed it the Peking frog
Hmm.
because it is Peking.
Okay.
A Peking frog? No, it's Peking duck. Is there such dish as Peking frog?
No,
Mm-mm.
Peking duck is delicious, but man, it takes forever to cook.
Yep.
Never had it.
Ugh.
If you want around here, if you go to a true Japanese restaurant and you want Peking duck, you have to call a week ahead of time so that they have time to prepare the duck.
No thanks.
I thought it was 3 days in advance or something like that.
Well, they want to make sure that they have the ingredients. West Virginia.
Right. Oh, I suppose.
But the other day, I actually went to a restaurant and I was able to eat all my food.
Cool.
Oh, that's awesome, Connie.
Yeah, but I've lost over 10 pounds now between the getting my teeth pulled and then they started me on Ozempic. And I don't have as big an appetite now. And I'm losing weight.
Holy cow! Look at the time. 9 o'clock.
I know. Okay, this hat needs about 6 more rows. Maybe? Let me look.
Let's keep a sec. Walmart pizza.
No,
Ugh.
only 4. About 4 rows. And then I only have 5 more to go. I'm excited.
That person called like 3 times saying to go call him. They're like, "Who's this?" I was like, "Well, you just called me. Who was this? What's your name, please?" And I said, "I'm not giving you my name." "Where are you from?" "Nope, not getting it either." "What town are you in?" And I said, "The town of Nunya." And I was like, "Who are you and why are you calling me?"
Right.
I said, "What's your name?" And he's like, "Well, what's your name?" And I was like, "You're just nothing but a scam caller." And I was like, "Consider yourself blocked." And I hung up and blocked him.
Mm-hmm. There's a guy on TikTok. The whole video is him answering the phone with telemarketers and the things
Yeah,
that
I
he
know
says to
that.
them, and they makes them hang up.
I love watching that guy.
Yeah.
I know. It is so funny.
He's completely
His
inspiring.
wife, it's like his
Mm-hmm.
wife always hands him the phone. It's like, "Here,
Yes.
you deal with it."
Yep, she does. It's hilarious.
I like watching the guy that calls the scam center, the call centers, and scams them.
Yes, that
Uh-huh.
too.
Yep. What is my weather here? Because it is warm in here. Holy
It's
crap.
just getting below 70 degrees here.
It says 63 in my weather, but this house is hot. Got to go open up my door.
Oh, mine's been open all day.
Okay, my daughter
walks through and the door's open. And, you
my
know,
daughter is texting me this late at night. She's usually in bed asleep and she's being really weird. She sent me a text earlier and all it was the word need. So I said question mark, like what? And she goes, "What?" So I screenshotted it, sent it to her. She goes, "I'm gonna make sure the boys have everything they need for the trip unless you guys get them things." I said, "Okay, you do what you need to do." She goes, "LOL." I'm like, "Okay." And then she goes, "I'm just kidding." I said, "Okay." Like, go to bed. She's like my husband. She goes to bed really early and gets up really early. Like, what the hell are you doing up at 9 o'clock at night? Usually sound asleep. Oh
Well,
well.
Tennessee.
It's 10 here, but it's 9 in Utah.
Oh,
She's usually in bed asleep by 8. She has the boys go to bed at 8, and she usually is in bed asleep by 8:30.
oh
But
wow.
Greg,
That's like
the uh, the the one phone call I like answering is from CRA. They're like, "Oh, your SIN number has been used and maybe compromised. You need to call us back, or or we're going to send the police to your location to find you. I'm like, send the cops. Here's my address. That's where I am right now. Send them. Oh no, we would rather deal with this in other ways. No, send the cops. You know what? I'm going to drive to the police station right now. Y'all let you talk to them. Oh no, we don't have to do that. Well then, why are you calling me? And
Right.
besides, it's my SIN number. What are you gonna do with my SIN number? You can't use my SIN number to purchase anything.
Yep.
Worst credit ever. What are you gonna do with my SIN number? You gonna get a job and increase my credit? Good, do it, dare you? Increase my credit score. See how that works out for you. That's the
I
worst.
hate I hate getting scam calls. Well, I don't answer the phone. If I don't know the number, I do not answer the phone. If you need me, you will leave me a message and I'll call you back if I want to talk to you.
Yeah, I hate people that don't leave messages. It drives me nuts.
Oh, I know. It's like you really didn't want to talk to me, did you?
Well, then you all will not like me because I do not leave voicemails.
Well, you don't have to. I mean, I would know who you are unless I haven't put your name in my phone. And you don't have to leave a
Yeah,
message. It's just um, if I don't have your phone number in my phone, I won't call you back. I don't leave a message.
My sister just but I don't like the sound of my own voice, so I'm not leaving a voicemail.
I don't
that's
like the
why I don't
sound
watch
of
my
my
own
voice.
videos. I will not watch my own
I
videos
never
to
go
my
back and
voice.
rewatch them. Nope, not the ones I've been on. Nope, don't do that because I think I sound weird.
Now, I do like my singing voice, but I don't like my talking voice. And I always have to listen to it when I editing, and it's like, don't like it. I was singing today, and Ron's like, Sing louder. I want to hear you." Oh, I'm singing for me, not you. But I did just for him.
Well, oh, you meatball spread. I've
I
actually
lo-
had people pay me to stop singing.
I love to sing, and
Oh, I
I've
love
been told people like my voice, so
that.
and I've been singing Delta Dawn for 2 weeks now. I love that song.
And Bill's worse than me. He goes, when I sang to the boys that they always fell asleep, I said, out of self preservation. I said, if you went to sleep, you stopped singing. He goes, that's just mean.
All right, everybody. There we go. There's what we got so far.
Michael,
Cool.
These look
snag
so
up
cool
to
when he's all colored in.
Oh, wow.
60% off of all your faves. Shop spring favorite. Okay. I like frog.
All right,
That's
everybody.
cute.
I gotta go make a pickup, and so I gotta cut the phone off or cut the live. But
Okay.
hey, if you haven't already, I sent invitations to as many people as I could. If you haven't already gone over and liked my new "What If I Could" Facebook page, go ahead and do that. I'm starting to upload all my photos on there. If there's anything that you like in the photos, message me. I will reproduce other stuff. It's not production work. I don't like doing production work, but there's a lot of cool stuff over there that people haven't seen for a long time. So
Cool.
go look at them. Go browse through my photos. If there's anything you guys like in there, I can always customize everything for anybody out there anyway. So let me know. All right.
All right. Well,
It's on the Facebook page. I think I have it here again, guys. And there's a little blur in the beginning. This is hi, it's John. Welcome to my new Facebook page. Blah blah blah. And I have this video. I have this video as an event for it tonight. I'll when I do my lives, I'll put my lives on the page as well as an event, so you guys can keep up to date on it too. Okay. And I'll be doing more work on that Facebook page as well. Yeah, well, see, I don't have a web page, Lacey, like a website. So it's just a place where everybody can go see my work that I've done. It's just easier for everybody to go to one place and see it all. But I do videos every once in a while of some finished works here.
You do it?
Yeah, I do. I do all the time. I do every day at least.
I don't want to hear no more. That's all I needed to hear.
Okay. Join us tomorrow for some hooking with happy hats. We'll do a little bit of bingo maybe. We'll do a little bit of yarn shopping.
Cool.
And we'll see. Oh, Larry, I seen I seen a cutting you did today too. You did it was a short, I think I saw. Was it a short? Was it you? No, it wasn't you. Who was it? It was Larry. Oh, might have been Larry. The other Larry.
There's other Larrys.
Yeah, there's more Larry. Oh, there's a lot of Larrys. There was a lot of Larrys here at one time.
Yep.
All right. So yeah, join us tomorrow for some hooked on happy hats, and we'll see you all there, and then we'll have fun. Take care and have fun. We'll talk to y'all later.
Night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.